evening. Welcome to Beautiful Moments with AKM. On this episode, I'm going to be solo because today's subject is especially personal to me. Talking about overcoming self-doubt. Well, there are so many things actually that can cause one to end up doubting their potential or doubting their capabilities. So yeah, on last episode we spoke about the inner child and how the inner child can be so damaged to a point where you become a broken adult. You have issues relating with other people, you have issues with self-image, you have issues, sometimes you can even project yourself onto others. For instance, the things that you're insecure about, you can end up causing other people to be insecure about the same things. I can talk about weight in particular. There are people who grow up with big bodies. They're big-bodied, and everyone is constantly talking about it, constantly pointing it out. Sometimes people can make it a point to always make mention of how much you've gained, how much you've lost. If you have gained, it's an issue. If you lose weight, it's an issue. But it's not necessarily about how you're looking, it's about how they feel about themselves. So that can be an outcome of having a broken inner child. But one of the things that can come out of such an upbringing or such an experience or such experiences is that you can develop self-doubt. And this is because there is sometimes parents make a mistake of being overprotective towards their children or towards the children that they are raising. They are overprotective. There's no room for exploration. There's no room for you being adventurous, trying things out. And even as you are venturing into education, it's like there's a map that's already made up for you. You can only do ABC. In some countries, even they tell you you can either become a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer. If you don't become any of these three, you're a failure in that family. So sometimes you are forced into an area that you have got no interest in, and so you become a mediocre doctor, you become a mediocre engineer, you become a mediocre lawyer, when you could have become one of the best chefs there is in the world. From talking about myself, growing up, I always loved to do makeup. I loved to, anything beauty really, to do hair. I remember I would just take my little dollies and plait them. I learned how to plait hair on my little dollies actually. But you see, one of my siblings wouldn't let me do their hair. It was an issue. They would rather go to the salon because, being there, they're used to having me goofing around, doing funny things. So probably it was hard for them to take me seriously. And so when I would try to do their hair, I'm like, stay away, don't touch my hair. Until I grew up, and then I started working professionally in a salon. Whilst I was doing my studies abroad, I started doing hair as a part-time employment, just to earn a living. But I was exposed to like a lot of nationalities. I'll do Caucasian hair, I'll do African hair, and so even my experience with customers and with different hair types improved. But there was a hurdle that I had to leap over. Like, there was something within me that held me back. I didn't think I could do it. I had to be forced into doing it, because I remember when I had my interview for that job, I was asked just to do a simple hairstyle. And I even said I can't do complicated hairstyles, I can't do braids, I listed a number of hairstyles that I'd vowed to never try and to never do, because I didn't think I could do it. So what I ended up doing is, my then boss, her name was Bryony Richards. She said, okay, fine, you just come and you'll be doing weaves and just be assisting with braids and stuff like that. And then before I knew it, she was forcing me to, she would just tell me, you've got a client at 2. The client shows up and then she says, you're doing twists. And this is someone who would have flown maybe 3 hours from out of Shanghai, or driven or came by train for hours just for that hairstyle. And it's me who had to execute it. So I couldn't tell a client I can't do it. I had to, she believed in me more than I believed in myself. And because of her, I took those leaps of faith, though in my case, it wasn't something I can safely say I conquered by myself. It's not a battle I fought. It's like I was pushed into the front line, into the battlefront, and I just found myself, juggling clients, having to develop confidence real quick. And before I knew it, I realized I can actually do it. And so I became so confident. And one thing that I realized with me becoming sort of feeling like I'm at home, I'm in my comfortable space, the way with which you do something, even it improves instantly. It improves. And so a lot of people, they have got areas that they want to do, they're interested in doing. You want to open a boutique, you want to open a salon, you want to open a restaurant, but something within you keeps telling you, I'm not good enough. And that voice, if you really look at it, is probably not your voice. It's a voice that you entertained from outsiders from a very young age, or from a certain background, or at a certain point in your life. Somebody kept telling you, oh, you're not good enough, and you believed them. Yeah, so in my case, it was actually my own family. Not that they didn't believe in me, but when you know someone, you've grown up with them and you've seen them doing funny stuff, you've seen them attempt to do hair on their dollies and it looks terrible. It will be really hard to give them a chance. They have to go out there and grow and then come back to prove themselves. They have to go out there and do a thesis, come back with proven results that they are actually able to do this thing. But not everyone will have the strength to go out there and dare themselves to do something that people they believe in, people they are confident in, are not so confident about. So yeah, there could be things that you want to try. I would say now is the best time to go for it. You don't have to wait for when you are perfect, which is also something that held me back for a long time. For the longest time, I didn't post my content on social media. Even up to now, I still struggle to post my the things that I do on social media. Sometimes I don't even ask my clients, can I take pictures? Are you okay if I post? Because I'm just thinking I'm not yet there. What self-doubt does is it makes you look at something that you want to achieve, and you judge yourself so harshly. Sometimes you look at people that are in the field. For example, in my field, there's so many beauty artists who do extraordinary work. I can't even name them. There are like a lot of them. You look at them, that's where you want to be, and unless you are there, you feel like your work is not good enough. And sometimes you'll be doing just great. Because then what it also, the disadvantage is that people will come and they want to see what you've done before, and you don't have anything to show them, and that makes them believe in you maybe less in most cases. So unless you are confident in what you are doing, as much as you want to keep on improving, you want to keep on working on your skill, working on your talent, working on becoming the best there is in that industry, You just need to push. You just need to be confident with the first step that you are taking. Post it. Let people see your growth. Somebody once said to me, if you are afraid of failing, you are proud. And I think it's really true. You don't want people to see your struggles. You don't want people to see your failures. You just want them to see the best. But guess what? Sometimes it'll be really hard for you to get to the best, without failing at first. It's only when you fail that you can make corrections. It's only when you try that you can improve. And so now I'm really comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable with the things that I do, and I'm also comfortable to tell my customers the things that I haven't tried, so that we try it together. And sometimes it comes out really nice. Sometimes what they would have expected is not what they end up getting, but they like what they get at the end of the day, because I would have been honest. This is an area I've never tried, but I'm confident I can try. Are you comfortable? Especially the clients that are very loyal, the ones that have seen you do things, that have seen you do amazing work on their hair, on their faces, on their nails. They bring a new hairstyle. They tell you, I know you haven't done this, but let's try it. And as you do that, you keep on overcoming that doubt. And it also, I'm saying this from a perspective of someone who's in the industry, but there are people that you are a part of their community, and you see them trying. It's really important to give them that word of encouragement. It's really important to tell them you believe in them, if you truly believe in them. And even sometimes when you don't believe in them, it's good to just give them a nice word of encouragement. You never know how far that word could take them. Sometimes it's just one speak in one place, sometimes just one encouragement in one place, and boom, you have a millionaire. Boom, you have the next billionaire. Boom, you have the next chain of salons, next chain of high-end boutiques. So you could overcome self-doubt from encouragement, and when it doesn't come, you just gotta believe in yourself, and you just got to start. It's only when you start that you actually start overcoming self-doubt, and you become confident. And guess what? Confidence looks elegant on you. So until next episode, I hope you stay tuned. Don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe on YouTube. From Anesu Kingdom Mutene here at Rejoicia Beauty Salon. Bye.